Now, Luka Doncic.
Special guest.
And look, I need to explain something so for you folks out there who said, how can they have Luka Doncic in the studio?
Are Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving the most unstoppable offensive duo in the NBA right now? The way they've been cooking lately for the Mavericks, you'd be hard-pressed to argue against it. In this discussion, we're going in depth on their tactical two-person game, which puts the entire league in a blender. Over their last 12 games, the Mavericks have been on an absolute heater, going 11-1, with their only loss being a single-digit defeat to OKC without Luka. Their most recent win was a straight-up molly-whopping of the Rockets, who were riding an 11-game win streak at the time. How did Houston know they were in for a long night? Well, Luka was out here looking like Steph Curry in warm-ups, casually draining logo threes like they were free throws. This season, Luka has made it his mission to demoralize opponents early and often. The man is out here playing psychological warfare, hitting teams with an attack of ridiculous shot making before they know what hit them. We're talking step back threes off the glass with a nod after like, yeah, I meant to bank that. Luka's back is so deep that his craziest highlights would be career moments for most players. But for the Matador, it's just another day at the office. The Mavericks' first option is capable of hitting heat-checked shots like this with a hand in his face as the clock shot expires when your top two weapons are two of the most unstoppable shot makers ever. Good luck building a defense to stop that. Speaking of the unstoppable, let's talk about the impact Kyrie Irving has had since arriving in Dallas. The stats don't lie. He's averaging 25 by 5 by 5 on 49 by 41 by 90 splits. He's been an absolute cheat code, especially off the catch from Luka. The chemistry and trust between these two are through the roof already. Just listen to what Uncle Drew had to say about his new running mate. I'm lucky and fortunate enough to have one of the best to ever play the game in Luka with me. You are. We push each other every single day. Batman and Robin? More like the dynamic duo 2.0. The on-code synergy is obvious. Like on this oop, Luka has the defense crashing so hard that he's able to lob it up for Kyrie to slam it home, going a million miles an hour. These two are gelling like crazy. But let's zero in on what makes Kyrie such a lethal weapon, starting with his out-of-this-world skill set. We're talking about having defenders on strings with his patented dribble combos into step-back buckets. Multiple guys have called him the most skilled player ever for a reason. What really sets Kyrie apart, though, is his ability to torch defenses without the rock in his hands. His off-ball movements and cuts are absolutely intense. He'll have you sold on the handoff only to hit you with the filthiest reject since the clubs reopened after COVID. The Mavericks' new supporting cast has been vital too. Guys like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Jaden Hardy have provided much-needed size and athleticism around the star power. They can capably defend on the perimeter and protect the rim while still having the pop to capitalize on Luka's insane vision and passing in the pick-and-roll game. This dominant stretch from Dallas has been keyed by their defense over the last 12 games, where they rank 4th in the league. Their length and athleticism allow them to aggressively help, recover, and contest everything without fouling. PJ Washington, in particular, was really impressed with his combination of foot speed and size, which allowed him to guard 1 through 5 legitimately. He moves his feet so well to stay in front of slashers, then uses that 7-foot wingspan to make life miserable for shooters without hacking them. And while we're on the topic of defensive versatility, let's talk about the massive upgrade Gafford and Jaden Hardy represent over last year's backup bigs. These dudes can legitimately rotate, contest vertically, and not get abused on the perimeter in a way the Mavericks haven't had in forever. The real key, though, is how Gafford and Hardy's talents perfectly complement Luka and Kyrie's offensive genius. Whether it's Luka setting solid pin-down screens to get these guys open, or either superstar drawing 2 defenders before lob passing over the top to their hype athletic bigs, This team was built to emphasize its stars' best qualities. And you know what else enhances both ends? Luka and Kyrie's unreal basketball IQ and decision making. Whether it's Kyrie draining transition triples after getting steals and leakouts, or Luka deploying an early onslaught of step-back threes as bait to open up the dive and kick game later, these guys are playing elite cerebral basketball. With their talent and savvy, plus the new supporting cast's high-end vertical pop and defensive dynamism, these Mavericks are built to solve any coverage thrown their way. Try shading too far under to take away the lob, and they're burying open jumpers. Try going over too aggressively, and they'll slice you up off the bounce. It's a perfect high-low alchemy of skills that complements itself and punishes any overcorrection. That type of cohesive synergy and two-way dominance is exactly what championship teams are made of. But let's be real here. The biggest key to the Mavericks' surge has been the humility, hunger, and accountability of their stars. Despite constantly being listed among the greatest players ever, Luka remains grounded and determined to get better daily. After going for 41 by 11 by 9, he deflected all praise to his teammates, saying it's our team doing this, not him individually. That type of perspective and willingness to share the spotlight has been crucial to building the culture that's allowed everyone to shine. Kyrie has matched that energy as well. Despite being one of the most gifted scorers on earth, he's maintained a selfless, obedient mentality. When asked about Luka after a big game, he responds, "You are. We push each other every single day." That mutual admiration and drive to elevate one another has bred a powerful collective spirit. You see, while their talent and skills are indisputable, what separates Luka and Kyrie are their brilliance off the court. They've intentionally built an environment of reciprocal support, healthy competition, and accountability. A true brotherhood where everyone can be their best self. That intangible quality is so rare in this era of super teams and player empowerment movements. Too often, we see major duos implode because of jealousy, insecurity, and unchecked egos. This Dallas squad is ticking both of those boxes in a big way right now. If they can maintain this level of play and connectivity, they'll have an incredibly tough outcome in playoff time. So there you have it, a deep dive into how the Dallas Mavericks have transformed into a juggernaut before our very eyes. Whether it's Luka's psychological warfare with his step-back baits, Kyrie's ridiculous skill set and off-ball magic, or their new supporting cast's high-end versatility and vertical pop, this team is built to impose its will at both ends. But perhaps more importantly, the selflessness, humility, and collective spirit Luka and Kyrie have instilled are what makes this group really special. That intangible swagger and care for one another could be the secret sauce that elevates them to championship glory. Let us know what you think of the Mavs sealing down in the comments below. Can Luka and Kyrie take the show all the way? Or will the West Stars' studded powers prove too much of an obstacle? While you debate that, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another update. We'll catch you on the next one.